Hello! Welcome to episode 40 of We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And every week, Stevie Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to just matrix dodge our problems / say no to them. We take our problems and we shove them down like the garbage disposal, like you're always afraid it's gonna happen. You know, the thing that happens in horror movies, we take our problems, we throw them down the garbage disposal, and we turn it on purpose and we watch them just puree. We do our best, we get stuff done. We try to make something kind of comic book-y. Most recently, it's been a semi-autobiographical time travel graphic novel musical, and we're so close to being finished. Like, ridiculously close, Steven. So close. So last week, you wanted to get some drawings done. I was waiting very, very patiently and very calmly for you to finish a couple pages so I could do my job. How'd you do?
I got a page and a half done, about.
Bill, you're I'm hearing. I'm just hearing that's even fair.
To be fair, I always have it to be fair, but to be fair, I did get another 2-page done, which those usually take a little bit more effort, and then I got that really cool perspective going for the page after that.
Oh, so. Dude, okay, so obviously we're gonna show the pages, like whatever. But if I hadn't shown them already, but the pages you've done, like you showed them to me on Messenger, and they looked awesome. Like those, that angle. Totally sold that page for sure. Like that page is gonna look beautiful, and it's right toward the end of the book where it's like everything's already coming together. It's just incredibly impressive and beautiful, and it's I love it. I can't wait, dude. It's gonna be so perfect when I cover up all your gorgeous art with my stupid words, my stupid words.
That page gets to be a full. I think it's a full page splash with 3 panels up top, so you should have some space.
Yeah, dude. I'm so excited to finish it. Like, so last week I wanted to do as much dialogue as I could, and I finished upwards of 20 pages.
That's amazing.
Dude, and it reads pretty well, I think. I actually sent it out to a couple of people just to get like a feel for like how it reads and if people are, enjoying it. And so far, everyone's like, why would you do this to me? This is torture. It's very, very sad, and I feel bad for you, and also I love you. So it's great. It's exactly what we wanted to do.
We want to destroy them.
Destroy these people.
We must break them to make them new.
I don't know this, but like this whole podcast is about us being just energy vampires. It's emotional vampires. We need to make you sad. Or hopefully jolly. I don't know. But so I got my stuff done. I'm pretty proud of how it's all looking and coming together. Dude, like as soon as we get color on these pages, we're done. Like that's it.
Music time.
Oh, I can't wait. Like, that's probably, honestly, like, this week, I mean, we'll talk about that a little more at the end, but this week, that's probably what I'm going to do, is write the last musical song, and then work on the rest of the narration, and it's, like, I'm there. Like, we are at the end of this project. Like, this is happening. Episode 40.
So great.
We've made it, like, 40 up. It took us, like, 40 episodes to make this thing this time. This is like us dipping our toe into the water of trying, to make comic books again. And I think it's gone really well, For sure. And I think both of us are kind of like spiritually ready for like the cannonball jump into a next project.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm so like on fire, ready for Deathless. But I just had a great week. Like, how was your week? Did you have a good week?
Yeah, it was uneventful, but it was good. I mean, I have pretty good, awesome days. So, I mean, not to rub it in, but like most of my days are pretty blessed and full.
Yeah, I mean, if you imagine like what your days are like, and just take all the good stuff out of them, that's my day. Like my days are just full of drama, just drama nonsense, just all the bad stuff. No, I actually had a really good week. Dude, I've been like, I feel like super blessed, just gifted. Like I'm so thankful. Like I'm always thankful for you, and I love you. My awesome Rob Schraub art. I also won an auction for this, which is the Rob Schraub Scud whole shebang. It's the entirety of the comics. If you look at the top, I'm also collecting the individuals, dude. So like I don't know. I was having a good week as far as like accumulating fun stuff, and then I have a surprise, which is technically supposed to be like a gift that was like a friend who was like, oh, I'm so proud of you and happy that you're getting to 50 episodes, and like I'm gonna buy this. I can't like dude.
So cool, dude.
Someone bought me Zoe did it. It was Zoe. Zoe bought me an original Simpsons animation cell. Like
so amazing.
It's amazing. I freaking freaked out. I freaked out about this. I was just like, I didn't know what it was. Obviously, it was a surprise. I opened it up. I was with Atlas, and I was like, of course, I was like, I didn't know what it was. I was just so curious, and I opened it up, and I was just like, I'm sorry. Go let YouTube be your dad for like 10 minutes. Like, I need to like process this a little bit. I'm just
having a moment.
Yeah, I was like, he's like, what is it, Dad? I'm like, you'll find out later. You'll inherit it when I die.
One day you'll know.
Yeah,
that's great.
So, dude, but I like, so thank you, Zoe. Like, that was incredible. I was just
amazing.
Like, it was amazing. I can't wait. I'm gonna get it framed. I'm gonna put it up somewhere, probably right there. There's a big blank spot.
Yeah, I see that big spot. Yeah,
Yeah,
big
like,
spot for it.
Oh, dude. So I've been having a good day. You know, a good week. I didn't do that much aside from the comic book. Like, I celebrated.
Wait. Pause.
Go.
It's storming, and my Jeep window was down.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm wet now, everybody, and I'm wet. And I'm wet because I wanted my Jeep to air out because it had water in it, and I wanted it to dry, and I left the window open to dry it out, and now it's wet again because it's raining because we live in Florida. So now my hair looks like I've been playing like a concert, like I'm like Axl Rose over here.
All right, I feel like, I mean, okay, fine. You want to get us some more subscribers with that hair whip? Everybody subscribe. You get more of these hair whips.
I can't hear you, everybody. Anyways. So that's done. Now we can get back to the podcast.
Yeah. So you have a good life. Yeah. So I did all my stuff, and I kind of celebrated by watching the new Conjuring movie.
Nice.
So I don't know.
It's pretty scary. No, I'm not. Horror movies not really my bag because it's not Tina's bag, and you know how that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course.
Oh, and I know. My time alone is usually with the kids. So
right.
I mean,
you could just introduce some demonic possession movies real young. Just start them young. Don't just push them in the water of the demons. That's fine. It's fine. It could be holy water, Steven. They're fine.
What's this book that says horror movies are my bad, baby? Signed by you.
So
not mine. I swear.
So I watched this movie and I was like, now I'm going to spoil a little bit of this movie, just a little bit, because I'm okay. Now I'm okay with saying your story is based on true story. I don't care. I truly, I don't care. I watched Fargo as a kid. I was like, oh, this is true, until I was old enough to Google, and I was like, oh, that wasn't true. And I was like, it was fine. I wasn't like, oh, you ruined my life. I'm like, how dare you do this? You should all, give me money. I don't care. The Conjuring, though. They're, based on true events. I'm like, okay. Are they that it's
we're using that term true events very loosely.
Very loosely here. Because if we're all accepting that you're telling the truth, we're all just living in a world of demons and witches. And we're just it's fine. It's fine. We're all just fine with that. Is that what you're saying? We all believe this now? It's in 2021, we're all yeah. Demons and witches are real.
Let's be real about it though. I mean, the government basically just said UFOs and aliens are real, and we were just like, eh. So I think we would just probably deal with demons and witches in the same regard.
I think the thing that happened with the UFOs is they just said the thing that we were all already saying, hey, have there been unidentified flying objects? And they're like, well, yeah, we do have that, but we don't have proof that they're aliens. And everyone's like, I mean, it's kind of lackluster. Why don't you just tell us a little more to make us excited? That's all I want. That's all I want. Maybe that's what they wanted. They wanted that tepid, nonplussed reaction to aliens, so then they can.
I think it was more of a pocket sand. I think they were like, well, people are upset at everybody right now.
Probably.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and pocket sand some UFOs at them.
See, I thought that too, and I'm sure a lot of people are gonna get in the oh, it was a distraction from all this other stuff, the big distraction, and and it probably was. But it could have been a better distraction, government. What are you doing? Just give us some real aliens. I want, just show.
Or even if you don't, you have the tech to create, digital things to appear.
Exactly.
Lie to me, Jerry.
Lie to me. Lie to me, government. You're doing it anyway. You're already lying. Pretend, give us some ETs. Give me, I want to be best friends with ET, even if it's a fake one. Just give me, so, yeah, dude, I don't know. So I was watching the movie and I was just, I think, as it goes through the movie, you learn that it was basically a witch who was seeking a demon, who sent a demon after someone who was I'm gonna curse you with a demon possession. So the two main characters are the demon doesn't even want to be in the body. The witch was doing this the whole time. And I'm like, what is this? What are we talking about here? Wait, okay. So are demons It's like a beggars can't be choosers thing, man. If it, like, why would the demon not be like, thank you to the witch? Why would it be like, I don't want to be in this one? Like, I don't
listen. I've been to hell. It's better than this.
I mean, maybe if it took my body. Like, if it took your body, though, it would be like, look at this life. This is great. I'm sticking around. Thank you, witch. It's
kind of hard to move in this body, but I'm okay with it.
It is equally as hot and sweaty right now. So, I mean, imagine, like, demons aren't coming to Florida. I think we're fine. I think, like, all the demons are already here. Like, we are. Or they're all coming to Florida just because it's what they're used to. Maybe they're all demons here. I don't know what's happening.
To be fair, everyone in Florida does have central air, and we all know that demons love central air. So.
Oh, no exquisite thing greater. So, dude, so I was just like, so I'm watching this movie, I was just like, okay, well, a couple things that don't scare me. Witches don't scare me. Like, I'm not scared of any kind of curse. If anyone was like, I curse you, and like said some words to me, I would talk about it on Twitter and I would laugh and I'd forget about it within like a day. You know, like it would be a thing. I'd talk about it for a second on the podcast. We'd make jokes and I'd move on with my life and nothing.
I wrote it in my journal that night. The witch had a funny joke.
So, yeah. But
you were serious.
It was serious. She was dead serious. She was really like, so I just like, I'm not afraid of witches. I'm not personally afraid of demons or anything like that. So it's just like, I guess as an adult, I was like, what am I afraid of? Like, what is the thing that like I need to see in a horror movie to make me like, oh, that got me, you know? Like what is it, you know? And like, because I'll let myself get into something and just like become immersed in a movie, and even if it is silly, like something like any of the Conjuring movies, I can still, like, the first Conjuring movie has moments, no matter how ridiculous, where I was like, "Whoo, that got me. Okay, you win." You know, like that was it. That was a good. I was startled by that, like, jump scare. A lot of those movies, I get too much in my head where I'm like, there's a scene in the first Conjuring movie where they're playing a hide and seek game where the person who's it is blindfolded and the people who are hiding have to clap every once in a while, right? Well, during the game, there's a creepy hands come out of the closet and clap. Now, visually, it's creepy. If you think about like, oh man, something's in there, that's creepy. If you think about it from the perspective of the ghost who's in a closet playing hide and seek, like, first of all,
just sitting there all like, all right,
yeah. First of all, they understand the concept of the game enough to play by the rules. Like,
this is no Civil War ghost. They didn't play hide and seek like that in the Civil War. I tell you what, you had to stand in a line, and then if you got seen, which was very easily to be seen because you were just standing in a formation, then you were sought and you were caught. That's how they played it back then.
That's it. I mean, you should look. Don't Google it. Steven is the.
I just spattered scotch in my eye.
Oh no. Oh man. So, but anyway, so it was just like, what kind of things would I be afraid of? And like, so I was thinking about it. I was like, of course, as a parent, one of the few things I'm like really afraid of is something happening to my child. You know, or it's like something happening to my child, or something like unreasonable, or something that like I can't control happening. Like him being abducted is always really like that kind of thought of like, oh my gosh, what if someone and home invasion, I think, is scary, you know, like actual home invasion. Because like, I think just like people like to imagine like, I'm gonna be freaking Rambo, I'm gonna like snap some necks and become Jean-Claude Van Damme, like I'm gonna be, you know, I'm gonna be Neo and like dodge these like home invasion bullets. Probably not the case in most cases. Like, probably not the case. Like if you imagine, like right now, that's, I think the thing that people don't realize is like, we're not Batman. Like, we don't have infinite time for prep. Like, right now is when it would happen. Is like, I'm literally filming this thing and suddenly someone opens my door and is just like standing there creepily. You know, I'm like,
dude, anytime I hear like a noise in the house, like, I'm not Rambo. I wake up both of my dogs and we go out as a team. They go first, and then we go out as a team to figure out what's happening. Right. They're not going to be very useful because they're not trained to attack, but they're at least a distraction.
Formation, they understand how hide and seek works. But
Sam's over there all like.
So, dude, it's just like anyway. But yeah, so you understand, like you're with me because I can't. So I don't know. I've just been thinking about that so much lately. And it's just like, what would actually scare me, and like, do I even want to be scared anymore, or you know, because like some things now it's just like depressing. It's like, like is that what a horror movie is now? Just like depressing me, you know? Like I just have to watch like the darkest Lars von Trier movie or something where I'm like, now I am scared to be alive.
I'm horrified.
I'm horrified.
It makes you think of like Captain Holt watching a horror movie. Yeah. I'm terrified. Just very deadpan, like
yeah, dude. That's how it feels because I'm never. I genuinely can't. I sincerely can't remember the last time I was really startled, like really scared, or felt like I can watch a horror movie. I mean, humble brag. I can watch a horror movie with my feet hanging off the bed and not care. You know, like I can literally sit with my feet just ankles ready for someone to slice from underneath the bed, and only think of that like twice, and not even.
And not even pull my feet up.
I leave my feet up.
Just the right one. I leave the left one down.
That's
when we used to go see. I think one of the horror movies we saw. We actually watched quite a few horror movies in theaters, but I think it was The Grudge. It was one of those like just eerily creepy body movement movies, and I was one of the people that drove, and like I always hated going to the movies and dropping everybody off, and then having to drive home in like the vehicle. Like it's like I don't know what it is. Rear view mirror. I don't even look in it because I'm afraid I'm going to see something in my rear view mirror whenever I'm like driving.
Oh. I mean, that's amazing. That's why as a kid, mirrors were always really creepy to me because I always imagined that something could appear in them, or even worse, myself could be staring at me in a way that I'm not staring at it, and that's like still to this day one of the creepiest thoughts, you know, just like your own reflection looking at you in a way that you know you're not looking at it, you know, if it's making just like a dead face or just, you know,
and then you go to touch the mirror to make it touch and it doesn't. It just keeps looking.
Yeah, you know, I mean, there's so many things with mirrors that I find creepy, and like that's one of them. The looking up, and that's obviously just been just abused to death. You know, like everyone knows you look up in a mirror, there's gonna be something there, and if there's not, there's something right next to you. You know, so like you look up in the mirror, you thought you were gonna get shocked, but then oh no, there's something there instead. It's like the double fake out, you know. But dude, I don't know what I want from horror movies anymore, and it reminded me of this an old. I guess I could do a quick pitches get stitches for this, but
pitches get stitches.
So, okay, if you imagine, I call this one Something in the Dark. And the whole concept is it's several friends in a car, right? Just me, you, Tina, Josh, you know, just friends in a car hanging out. And we're driving, we're going on a road trip. Doesn't matter. It's very cliche. That's the whole point, is we're on a road trip in a horror movie and bad stuff's about to happen. Everyone knows that, right? So we're driving and we hit something. It's dark, don't know what it was. Flips over, boom, boom, boom. We see it in just it's nice and blurred in the background. So it's just all of us sitting in shock in the car in the foreground, blurred something laying in the middle of the street in the background, right? So we're all sitting there. So what happens is the camera goes into each character one at a time and explores what they're afraid of it being. You know, so like in one version of it, it's like a creature film. So like we get out and it's you go to like I go to reach it and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a person because it looks like a person. As I reach down, like something comes up and grabs my arm and it's like a blob situation and I'm sucked into this creature and now I'm part of it, you know, and I just become like, you know, in this like amorphous thing that's now chasing you. And do you just like abandon your friend? Yes, probably, you know, but now this thing is like coming after you, so it attaches itself to the car as you try to make your way out. But you know, so like, you know, so then like that story leads to its conclusion, and then you jump back into the car and you see someone else's eye. You know, so like
slasher
or whatever it may be. Yeah. So that was like one version of that movie where it was like, but my problem with that was I think cutting back to the car might eventually get a little like boring for people, you know. So I kind of thought, like, what if it was like this? Like, you and I in a car with, like, our friends, and we're all saying, like, oh my gosh, this is creepy, right? And it's a very similar situation as what I was just talking about. So we're just like, okay, well, wouldn't it be creepy if... And then suddenly, as we're explaining it, the thing happens, right? So I'm like, you know, wouldn't it be creepy if something popped out and we hit it? You know, and then boom, same thing happens. Something's in the background. We're all like, oh my God. But then we start saying, like, out loud in the movie, like, what would it be? You know, like, what would be the worst? and then as we're saying it, it kind of changes in the background, you know? So it's like a zombie, but then like we're like, oh, it's been done. So the zombie falls into like this goo and becomes something else, you know? So it's just
cool.
So like, and I think it would be really cool if it was like, yeah, but you know what we would probably do is see what it is because we all have eyes, right? And we'd all kind of be like, okay, yeah, that's true. And what would we do? We drive away. So we drive away, and as we drive, be like, okay, but you know what would happen, right? We all know what would happen. The tire would have to go. Like that's so the tire goes. We go to the side of the road, and it's like, okay, well, I have to pee. Might as well since we're gonna be walking for a while, you know. So I go to pee, and I'm talking like, so I pee. As I pee, I'm like, what else? Like, what else do you guys think? Like, what else could it be? And you know, that would be scary for us in these situations. And it's like. And you're like, you know what would really be good? And then a hand just comes through my chest, and it's just like this creature in the woods. And just like, I'm like, okay, you have a point. And then I just like, you know, and it just like tosses me aside, and the creature comes after you guys. So it's just like this like huge meta, like, you know, horror story that like you're telling as it's happening, but it's actually scary and fun as it's happening too. So I don't know. I thought that'd
be awesome.
Yeah. So I wrote the first 2 parts of it. A long time ago. I still have it. I did it on like Notepad. It was like before I knew, you know. But yeah, I did a where the car breaks down and then the creature comes out. Or no, I'm sorry. The car breaks down and then first we have to look for someone. We end up finding this cabin and it's like a like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like redneck bumpkiny like murder situation where they become obsessed with Tina. And like he wants Tina to be his girlfriend, and it was this whole thing where it was like we didn't know what to do, and then finally we talk ourselves through it, and and then it goes to the creature thing that I just with the hand coming out because I thought I love that idea of just like you know the like you don't see this coming, here comes in, and then poof, and I'm still I'm still conscious. I think that's what makes it fun, where it's just like, yeah, this would suck, you know, like
and then that's awesome. That's a very fun idea, actually.
Yeah, dude, I just.
Sometime in we have so many cool ideas though.
There'll be so many things we have to do them in the future. We're going to get the Adobe suite and start working on animation though. I think that's gonna be
gonna be fun.
Yeah, we should probably just start doing that next month. I mean, I don't want to overburden us or put too much like on our plate when we're trying to do the music, especially because I know once we start really recording the music, I want to start writing Deathless. You know, so like as we're recording it, I want to start really getting into Deathless and not.
You just want me to be in a constant deficit when it comes to projects, don't you?
That's what it is. No, I think
like, it's how it keeps me in the basement, folks. No,
it's true, Steven. No, but well, this week, we do a lot though. We get a lot done. Like we were just on the Don't Make It Weird podcast.
Oh man, that was a good episode too. It was a fun time. It was really fun.
Enjoy it. Some people don't seem to understand how much I hate Shannon, and that's depressing. But it's
that guy.
It's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine.
We need to get Shan off shirts made, right?
Yeah, we have to. Of course we do. Like I'm gonna clear Shan off. I'm gonna put a sticker up here. But I don't know. But that was a really fun it was a fun guest spot for us. I like doing that stuff. It's been really cool. It's we've done 3 now. So yeah, I'm sure we'll do more in the future. Okay, but one last thing before we like start wrapping up, I do want to say a big congratulations to ChicagoTonyV for reaching 100 episodes. I think that's pretty amazing.
Oh man, that's fantastic.
I mean, we are on episode 40. We started before him. He has eclipsed us. He has just lapped us in episodes because he is like, I mean, he's pretty incredible as far as being prolific. He does almost an episode a day. He took a short break for a while, but 100 episodes in such a short time is like nothing to scoff at. That's a big
and then he had 41,000 viewers the other day.
Yeah, it's ridiculously incredible.
Good for him, man. I'm just
good for him. Yeah,
so happy for him.
Yeah, dude, so ChicagoTonyV, thank you so much for interviewing us before. Thank you for being a friend of the podcast in general. We're always a big fan of you, and we appreciate, all of your support, and we hope to support you in the way you support us. It's a really cool community in general, and like Chicago.
I loved it.
Been really supportive. There really have been so many podcasts. Like I hate to even start naming some because it's like I know I'm gonna forget a million, but I will say that like the Espooky Tales people have been really cool and really supportive. They actually named us on their podcast last week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. It's so nice, like them, and then like the Don't Make It Weird podcast has been incredibly supportive, of course, and it selfishly so because they had us on their show, and they're like, we just have to make us big. they only care about themselves. I'm kidding. No, they're amazing. Actually,
they're fantastic people.
I love all of them. Actually, it's like surprisingly so because I thought I was gonna hate Dan, but I ended up loving Dan. Like I don't know what happened. I was just like, I'm gonna hate this guy, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen that way, Steven.
Dan is slowly replacing me, I think, in your favorite. I mean,
I've been trying to get him to like do some vocal training so he sounds more like you. Like he's not. I put some weights on his ankles so he knows to stay in the basement. He's not getting it, Steven.
The key is you got to figure out what his favorite snack is. Like that's all it is.
That's true. I don't know his favorite.
I know his favorite beverage is a White Claw. So I mean, you can start there.
Yeah, I think White Claw should sponsor the Don't Make It Weird podcast. I don't know what our sponsors would be, Steven. We've never even discussed this. We haven't tried. I think the only sponsors that we've had would be other podcasts or possibly ourselves just pretending to...
Speaking of sponsors, dude, I low-key, and you can choose to edit this little portion out if we do decide to do it, but I low-key want to make a commercial for that hot chocolate cold because like I have the jingle and I want to take the audio from the podcast and make that the jingle at the end and just I want to film like oh hello good morning like one of those like cheesy like fold.
It would be so good. I don't know why we wouldn't do that. I feel like
I should do it
to film and we should just do it.
Yeah, I'll get on it because it would be so good.
Well, we've been talking about filming like little skits and stuff, and I think that that's a natural evolution of our podcast as we go. I mean, we do tend like, especially this one, like episode 40. This is a good. I'm gonna say this is indicative of how sure we are of ourselves. And how competent we are in what we're doing these days, because I am so confident that like we can film for an hour or whatever, and I'll still get the episode done before I go to bed tonight.
Yeah,
like
we got it's become a part of our regular weekly schedule now. It's just who we are. It's a part of our identity now.
Yeah. So like as much as I would prefer to have more time to make the episodes a little more elaborate and fun and such, I don't need it anymore, which does suggest that I have a little extra time to make other things like that, you know, because really what I could be doing is editing other short videos and then just editing the whole podcast in a night like I am anyway, you know, but you know, so it's just I'd rather use my time that way. I'm not doing anything else with it, Steven. I'm not dating ever again in my whole life, and you know this. I'm trying real hard. It's getting weird. Every once in a while, someone's like dig their nails into me and they drag me back into the game for one last score, and I'm like, I'm out. I quit. I'm quitting while I'm ahead.
You've been like fortified and formed into such a Seinfeld that I don't think it's possible for them to win.
They're not. Like it's not possible. No one can ever win, Steven. Like I got to the point where I'm just like it would take a miracle, Steven. It would take a miracle.
It would take like a Andrew WK getting lost in the jungle kind of miracle.
Yeah. Andrew WK getting lost in the jungle and then me saving him and Kat Dennings falling in love with me because I did such a good deed.
Yeah, I couldn't kill him because Andrew WK is too good of a guy, but I had to like
it's probably great. I mean, I don't maybe a cloning machine? I don't know. Like we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Like all the science later. But for
Andrew
now,
WKs.
That's true. First of all, I was thinking about cloning Kat Dennings.
I'm over here like more party. Let's go.
I like that we went with more party, and we're just like maybe if we clone enough Andrew WK, she'll get sick of them. I don't think that's the case though. I think it's just going to be like more and more Andrew WKs until there aren't.
Could you imagine 20 Andrew WKs shouting, "Let's get a party started"? Because I can, and I want to live in that reality.
Reality, Steven. I like to party. That's it. Yeah, dude. So. Yeah, it's been weird. So I've been doing this like weekly. So every Wednesday when we release this, I've been doing a movie night. So that's been fun. I have only done one so far. I'm doing another one tomorrow, but I'm doing like bad horror movies on Wednesday nights, where I'm just talking about them on Twitter as just like a decompression system, you know, or because it's like after editing and doing all the work and doing all this stuff, I'm just like I need to just do nothing like that, nothing important on Wednesday nights. So I'm just like. Bad movies. So this week I'm watching the movie. So if you're watching this right now on Wednesday, we're watching the movie Gnome Alone from 2015 starring Vern Troyer as a killer gnome. It looks terrible.
Perry's got to watch it with you, right? I mean, because Perry's the one that even told us about this movie.
Yep. Perry was the one who, he was basically forcing me to watch it. Perold on Twitter was just, Perry's amazing. I love Perry, but he he forced this on me, and then Dan, was championing it because Dan writes about gnomes. He's an author, and he loves gnomes. So,
Awesome.
or hates gnomes. I'm not sure which one. We'll have to talk to him when he comes on the podcast. But anyway, so if you're around and you're bored, I'm going to do it around 9 p.m. or 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. You can join us. I'll post a link on my Twitter, and we'll put all links below. So you can do that. Otherwise, so what are you doing this week, Steven? What's your plan?
You want to know what my plan is this week?
Other than being happily married and, living it up and just being...
My plan is to finish the comic book this week.
Say it again, Steven. What did you just say? You just said that.
My plan is to finish the comic book this week.
Ooh, say it again.
Ooh,
So,
Mufasa!
dude, you're going to finish the comic book this week?
That's my goal, I think. Because the last page, I just have to put you and Atlas in the page I already made.
That's true.
So it's just drawing a character drawing and then slapping it in via Photoshop. And then, the pages aren't that hard. Like I was looking at like the layouts and stuff. They're very him putting a box down, going into basically a repeat of page 2, going into Atlas's room and getting him. And then, so I think I'm going to aim to finish it.
Yes. Dude, it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I'm gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna celebrate your victory this week. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to do as much dialogue as I possibly can this week. That's my plan. So I'm gonna edit this whole episode tonight, and then just after the movie tomorrow, I'm just gonna start dialogue. I'm just gonna do dialogue and hope. I don't know how much I'll get done. It's so weird because I'd finished 20 pages, so I don't know. I could finish it as well. It just depends on like the night I'm having, how much time I have / give myself, and just how I'm feeling in general with my life. And how many Keanu posts I feel like making, because I'm Keanu. That's what I do now. Don't tell everyone. How dare you? I'm kidding. I'm not that mad. I'm a little mad about it. I'm a little mad about Steven.
No. Who's telling on you?
It's not a big deal. It's like I'm gonna let them like plead ignorance and say that they didn't know that it was supposed to be a secret. But someone did post. They deleted the post since, but it was like I wanted it to be like a secret for the podcast listeners, just people who would make it like later into the episodes, or just be like, hey, I actually like that podcast. Oh man, now I have this inside joke with them, because it's fun. Like why not just we have this extra fun thing?
Let's be friends together.
Yeah, so like if you're watching this right now, please don't tell the world that I have a Keanu Reeves Twitter account, because it's fun for me. And why would you steal my joy? I have so little of it. But anyway,
he only has this. Why are you taking what he has?
So, but that's what I'm gonna do. Otherwise, if you haven't watched our Don't Make It Weird podcast guest appearance, check it out. We'll post all the links below because it was a lot of fun. I think that everyone, if you enjoy our show in general or like at all, if you've ever enjoyed anything we've done, you'll probably enjoy the nonsense that we get into on that show for sure. I say some terrible things though. I will say on the show, I say bad things about Alaska. I say bad things about Shannon. I say bad words that my mom should never hear me say ever in a million years. I hope that never happens. No one tell her. No one tell her to watch that one. She won't watch this one. Don't tell her to watch that one especially.
Listening to you say the word "cum" as Mark Hamill as the Joker, it's probably something that will haunt my dreams.
Yeah,
until my last breath.
Yeah, it's been haunting me, Steven. No, it's been funny though. No, but so if you haven't watched that, go watch that. Otherwise, thank you so much. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. If you're only listening on one of the various podcasting apps, join us on YouTube at youtube.com/wehaveissuespodcast and hit the subscribe button, please. Please. Right now, if you're watching this right now, if you made it this far into the video, you kind of don't hate us, at least I hope. I don't know. Or if you hate us, subscribe us. I don't care. Like, just help us out a little somehow. Like,
so subscribe ironically.
Yes, Steven. We need your ironic subscriptions. We had grandparents. We got the ostrich lovers. We have comic book people. We need the haters now, because like we need some ironic subscriptions. I think that's pretty much where our go-to is. We need the people who have issues with us.
Our only prescription is ironic subscription. Okay.
So thank you all for listening. You're all incredible. We'll be here next week. I'm Anthony.
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And this has been episode 40 of We Have Issues. See you again. Hello, I'm Anthony,
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
and we're from the We Have Issues podcast.
And every week, Anthony and I get together to just basically discuss the issues that we're having and then progress on our comic book.
We're doing our best. You can check us out on YouTube or anywhere else. But right now, you're here to listen to one of my favorite people doing one of my favorite podcasts, 10 Minutes. That's it, right, Tim? Did we?
Tim, is that it?
Tim,
Is that all of it?
Tim, did we do it? Did we get it?
Did we do it, Tim?
Is
You
that
want
the
3 more
thing we
takes?
want us to do? I don't
6
understand.
more takes.
How many-
10?
What do we have to
10?
do? No,
10 more
20. We need 20. We need 20 to
Oh, we need 20 takes.
That's
for
what we
20
have
minutes.
to do. It's
That's
20 take minutes. 20 take minutes. Okay, so we have to take 20 minutes to do the 20 takes.
Ooh.
Let's do this.
So
20
this needs to be a
takes.
20-minute take.
It's a 20-minute take. Just one take for 20 minutes.
Okay.
All right, 20 takes. So, hello. So, that's not it? No, hang on. No.
What's that character's name so that I can have a character too?
Oh, man, you're right. Okay, what are we doing? Tim. So we love Tim. That's it.